What's up, guys? It's your boy Blurry B. We back at it again with another video. So we're gonna do a fade on my boy right here. He was looking rough, as you can see. Just take a moment just to look at him. He needed this fade bad. So pretty much we're gonna get him right. We're gonna be doing a mid drop fade on him, and we're gonna be doing an 8 on top. And pretty much right here, we just got the 8 guard all the way closed, and we just running it through the top of the hair to knock down that bulk that he has on the top. And pretty much we're just gonna be doing that. My bad that I didn't get like a good angle at the beginning, but you guys know this process it's pretty self-explanatory. You guys don't really need to go too much into depth of explaining this part. But all right, I'm just gonna dust him off, clean up him a little bit so we can get started into the fade, get into it. All right, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab my 2 guard all the way open, and I'm just gonna go up and just create my canvas right here, pretty much knocking down the bulk so I don't have so much hair to work with. So it makes it a little bit easier so you can kind of see where you're going with this. Usually when a client has a lot of hair like he does, since we did ran an 8 on top, you want to kind of clear it up. Clear up. So like the same thing I'm doing right here. Since he has a lot of hair right there, I went with my no guard, and I closed it up all the way to bald out all that bulk. So when I come with my trimmers, it doesn't force my trimmers too much, because with the trimmers, it makes when there's a lot of bulk to it, you kind of force them, and you don't really want to do that if you're balding out with trimmers. If you have a balding blade on or a balding clipper, it's a lot easier, but I don't have that, so I just usually bald out with my trimmers. So pretty much right here, I'm just gonna come back with my trimmers, just to clean it up more, cause with with no guard, it doesn't bald it out as much, but it does knock down the bulk. It does help. It does save time. So I would say it's a good thing to do. Like one tip to pick up. And pretty much right here, I'm just making sure that my guide is pretty clear. It's like even all the way around. This is a mid, what I'm saying? Like I said, it was a mid drop. So I kind of just arced it and made it kind of like slope down in the back, give it that drop. And pretty much right here, we're just going to come back with the double zero, and we're just going to be shaving. Like I said, when you're doing the double zero, you kind of want to shave up to a certain point, and then you're going to leave like about, maybe half an inch. And from that half inch, that's where you start going down with the shaver, so you don't create a hard line. So pretty much right here, we're just cleaning them up, just giving it that real double zero look right there. And we're just gonna pass over it a couple times just to make sure it's nice and bald. See that we didn't miss any hairs or anything. We're gonna still come back with it, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I like to, start off your guides, clean, start working well so you don't see any imperfections in the beginning. You kind of just want to like work good. And right here, pretty much what we're doing is creating the first guideline with the clipper all the way open. And pretty much we're just creating that guideline about an inch of the way, and we're going to keep that line consistent all the way around the head. And I like, usually when it's like the first guideline, I like to pass it a couple times just to make sure I didn't miss any hairs. And pretty much right here, what I'm gonna do is just clean it up just to make sure. Yeah, just to clean it up just to make sure I didn't miss any hairs. And right there, we're just gonna start blending out that bottom line, and I'm gonna start with a quarter of the way closed, and I'm just gonna be working at that bottom line to get it blended out. And then I'm gonna close it up halfway, and we're just gonna continue to attack that line right there. See how it's coming out? Now I'm gonna close it 3/4 of the way, and the line is pretty much almost all the way out, guys. See how it's kind of like really faint, the line already? And I'm gonna close it up all the way. It's still gonna leave a little bit of a line, because what I'm saying, like how I marked it at the beginning. How I flipped the clipper over and I like marked the line. That's why it's a little bit of a harsh line still right there. So that bottom line is not gonna be all the way out, even with the clipper all the way closed. I'm gonna still have to come back and detail it with my trimmers. That's just little detail works. It's okay. It's okay. We're gonna get out that line. We're gonna make it nice and blurry, the fade. So right here, I'm gonna grab my trimmers and just kind of attack that line. You can push it up. You can either push it up or break it up. I'm kind of doing a little bit of both. I'll push it up a little bit and just kind of break it up with the corners of the blade, you know. Just cleaning off that, you know, it was a little dirty right there. So yeah, right here, I'm just kind of just working at the corners. Like there's some light spots where I just really needed to just touch it up with the corners. And there's other spots where, you know, like I did push up the line a little bit. And I'm going to come back with my clipper and detail a little bit more. I really like spending a good amount. I do spend a good amount of time working on my first guideline and my half, because you know that's like the foundation of your fade. So you kind of want to make sure that those two guides are like the best, you know. And right here, pretty much what I did, I just grabbed my shaver and I just tapped it down, and that just kind of clears it up the line a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes it does make a harsh line, so you can take it out with that. And then here I'm just coming back with my with the no guard, and I'm just kind of right here just playing with the lever, just you know going a quarter of the way, and just kind of just using the corners of the blade and just you know detailing little dark spots that I see here and there. And I just closed it up just like halfway right there, and I'm just kind of just making sure that that guide is really clean and nice. And right here we're gonna start with the second one, the half. I have the half guard on right here, and I with the clipper all the way open, and the same thing my guide I'm just doing an inch of the way. And then I'm just gonna close it a quarter of the way and just start getting at that bottom line. I don't know if you guys can look. Hopefully you guys can see this part right here. Let me see. I'm gonna close it up halfway, and see how like right there at the beginning the line is like not so harsh. It's because if you really detail that first one, it comes out really smooth, and you know you don't have to detail as much. And right here I just closed it 3/4 of the way. But yeah, you guys can see like how the line is coming out really good, and I'm gonna close it up all the way. See how it's like pretty much almost all the way blended out. You probably can see like probably like a faint line. You can still see a faint line right there, but I'm still gonna come back and detail it some. Yeah, right here. Just right here. I'm just gonna passing it over a couple times just to make sure I didn't miss any hairs. But I'm not really, you know, just detailing it. I just kind of just do that just to make sure. And look, see, I'll come with my no guard and all the way open. And you know what I'm saying? Even though that was like the half right there that I did, don't be afraid to come with your clippers with no guard. You don't have to be like don't be afraid to go up into that guide, even though that was where the half was. Cause I mean, right here is not gonna make much of a it's not gonna make much of a difference when you go up into this with no guard. I don't know if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like is you know this is right here. What I'm doing is just kind of just playing with the lever, just a quarter of the way, and just start closing it slowly as I go. You know, quarter of the way, halfway, and then probably like 3/4 at most. Right here, I'm just kind of just detailing it. You know, you just have to play with the lever a little bit. You know, and this right there was just pretty much just cleaning it up. Just make sure that half transition good into the to the first guideline. And right here, starting with the third guideline is gonna be the one guard, and just the same thing, open all the way. And since he still had like a lot of hair, I grabbed my 1.5 and just kind of like laid it out more because you know stretched out the blend line a little bit more. This is just, and then I grabbed the 2 and I just did the same thing, just kind of raised it up more, just kind of cleaned up the canvas a lot more so I could see more of what I'm doing. And all the guards right there were just open. I did the 1 open, the 1.5 open, the 2 open, and I'm doing the 3 open all the way. And pretty much the 3 is gonna be the highest guard that I use. And I could have gone with the 2, but I feel like the 2 took off a little too much, so I just went and hit with the 3, the highest, because you know what I'm saying. So the transition would be still pretty good. It wouldn't be so much of like baldness to darkness. You know, the transition was good. And right here, I just closed it up a quarter of the way, and I'm just gonna be working at that first, the first guideline that I set in with the 1, and pretty much right here, I'm just gonna start attacking that line and blending it out, and I'm gonna close it up halfway here. The line's pretty much coming out pretty good. Halfway, I'm sorry, 3/4 of the way. 3/4 of the way. Yeah. And right here, I'm gonna close it up all the way. Yeah, there it goes. With his hair, it's like a little bit kind of thick, but kind of like bulky too at the same time. So you do have to detail it a lot. So like I don't know if you guys noticed that, but I do that with all my fades. But you guys can see that, you know what I'm saying? Like I'll do the one, and the one will still leave a line, and I'll come with the half. Just pretty much the guard that's under that. And I'm just kind of like right here, just playing with the lever. You know, I'll do 1/4 of the way, and then like I'll just start seeing if it cuts, and if it doesn't cut, I'll just close it up a little bit more, like halfway, you know. And right here, I'll just close it up 3/4 of the way. And right here, when you're just doing detail work with that bottom lines, you're just kind of working you're using the corner so you don't create another guideline. And right here, I'm gonna do it my 1.5, and we're gonna be doing it open, and then we're gonna close it up 1/4 of the way to start getting out that line. So that's coming out really good. The blunt's coming out really good. I'm not gonna lie. Like the fade came out really good. So I was like, I gotta record it. I'm gonna close it up halfway. Yeah, it's coming out good. I'm 3/4 of the way. And I'm gonna jump to the 1. And right here, I'm just gonna close it up 1/4 of the way. And I'm gonna close it up halfway now. And we're just blending out that little faint line that it left. And close it up all the way now. Yeah, that line is pretty much gone now. And right here, I'm just doing a couple more passes, you know, just to make sure I didn't miss any hairs. Now let's grab the 2 guard, and we're just gonna be blending out that line right there. I'm still gonna come again with the 1.5, so pretty much right here at the 2, and I'm gonna close it up 1/4 of the way, and then I'm gonna close it up halfway, and then finally 3/4 of the way, and finally closed. And let's grab the number 3 guard. No, sorry, the 1.5. Sorry, my bad. And we're just kind of just detailing that little dark spot that's right there. And I'm gonna close it. I have it 1/4 of the way that it was closed right there, and now I close it up to halfway, and now it's 3/4. All right. Okay. Now it's the 1, and that little dark spot I was just touching up right there. I don't know if you guys saw it right there at that second. This is just detail work that I'm doing right here. It's just cleaning it up. Okay. Now, a lot of you guys asked, like, do y'all see that I don't use a clipper over comb? I usually just do thinning shears over comb because, like, I like how the thinning shear gives it a look. It looks better for me with thinning shears because with thinning shears, the hair just kind of lays, like, more natural. Because, like, with clipper over comb, like, don't get me wrong, clipper over comb, like it looks really good too. But, like, with clipper over comb, it kind of leaves, like, a little bit of a line. Well, kind of like a little bit of a line. And like sometimes I don't really like how that looks. I just don't really like how that looks. So I just tend to use thinning shears over comb just to give it a little bit more natural look. But that's just really on me. That's just my preference. And right here, I'm just grabbing the 2 guard and just pretty much just kind of going sideways to break up a little bit of the line right there. And right here, we're just gonna pretty much just start edging them up. My bad. I know that I messed up right here. That like I didn't get. Yeah, you guys didn't get to like pretty much see like how I edged them up right there. My bad. Like I didn't know that like I was kind of blocking the camera right there. But sorry guys. You gotta work with me sometimes, you know. I still, you know, working at the videos. I thought it was getting it, but I guess not. But it's alright. And pretty much right here, I'm just gonna grab the trimmer and just kind of, you know, just touching the little dark spots. This is just, you know, to make the blend stand out a little bit more. And, you know, just touching those spots here and there. The fade came out really good. I know he had been waiting for me like about like 3 weeks to do a haircut. I know, cause he told me like what was it like, oh yeah, like yeah, he told me like 2 weeks ago to cut his hair and I wasn't able to. And like yeah, he waited like 3 weeks for a fade. So yeah, I really appreciate that, you know. And here right here I'm just coming up with the half. And the half usually after you do your fade and you know you edge it up, the half really just is just kind of like just cleanup work, you know, just touching up dark spots. And that's pretty much what I'm doing right here, just touching up little dark spots. Cause like after you edge up, you'll note like you'll start noticing like spots or anything, and that's pretty much, you know, like a tip that I, you know, like to say. Right here, just same thing, the dark spots with the two that it left. And just right here, I'm just gonna just play with the lever. I'm gonna go a quarter of the way, halfway, and then 3/4, and then the two again. You know, just to kind of like, just kind of just give it a better transition, because you know, like it was a little dark, and I'm just kind of like just trying to lighten it up so like it transitions a little bit more in that corner right there. And usually when it's getting to that bulk, I'll go sideways so I don't create another line. Like when you go sideways, like it's cuts like every other hair pretty much. And right here, I'm just going with the shaver, just going down with it. And that's just pretty much just clean up any imperfections that it might have. There, guys. That's what the fade came out to be. I hope you guys liked it. I hope you picked up any tips or anything. And like, yeah. It's a really blurry fade that it came out. Everyone really liked it. And yeah, the fade was good. Y'all go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. You already know, Blurry B.